Thank you for joining us today for the virtual Sunday service with the Center for Creative Living. CCL, a charter of the Universal Church of the Master, has served and supported the spiritual needs of its community here in the Bay Area for over 20 years.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm so excited that you're here. And what I want to do is make this like we're sitting in each other's living room. Okay? Just make it kind of warm and cozy. How's that sound? And let it rain as much as it wants. Last time I checked the weather, they said the hardest rain was going to come between 11 and 12. And so,
right when we would be leaving church.
When we'd be leaving church. That's what made up my mind for me, was to say, no, we can't do that to them.
We can't leave.
I heard from Joan, and she was coming. She just got there with her granddaughter, and Gabrielle said, no, CCL's not having church this morning. So it's like, okay, we've got Gabrielle at the gate telling people no, they can't come in right now. So, but anyway, we're here, and that's what counts. Do we have any birthdays coming up this week? Anybody?
Eileen.
Eileen. When's your birthday? Tomorrow, the 5th.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's wonderful. An aquarium.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
This is
our birthday song. Very long.
Yay.
Give that woman some beads. You get double beads next Sunday. Yeah. My gosh, congratulations. And were you able to get a hold of your people, Eileen?
Yes, I was. And they're really cool about it. So.
Oh, good. Because Eileen was going to start her Qigong. And so we were all excited about the Qigong. And then I just, rained on her parade, all puns intended here. Yeah, so we're glad that you was able to do that. Well, this is a Center for Creative Living, and we're so glad to have people here that have managed to get on the line.
You're Pastor Boone.
I'm Pastor Boone, yes I am. And the voice over here is Corky. And she's my sidekick, and she takes care of everything for me. Trust me, that she's really good at that. One of the first things I would like to do is ask Janet. We're going to kind of lean on you a bit today, so if you could just strum something very calming and very peaceful, so we can just kind of calm down. And I'm gonna start a prayer, and so
Beautiful.
Everybody would just take a nice deep breath. Let's do that one more time. Just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath.
Does it sound okay?
Sounds wonderful.
Great.
And just visualize that you're laying on the beach in Hawaii. I've got on my muumuu, I've got on my kukui nuts, I got on my straw hat. Get you in the mood. And what we're going to do is visualize the warmth. And as we visualize the warmth, see the sun as creator. Just visualize in your head Creator as the sun shining down on us all. Because no matter what the weather, whether it's rain or sleet or hail, we know the Creator is always with us. Creator is there, acknowledging our existence, not judging, not saying we're wrong or bad, but saying, you're my child. So, and as you feel the warmth from Creator, the feel of the sand on your back, and it's warm, and it's comforting, know that each one of you is a child of this blessed Spirit. Whatever religion you are, whatever gender you are, whatever being you are in this incarnation is absolutely perfect. So when you feel that you don't live up to your own expectations, let them go. No, you're living up to God's. So as you feel that energy of the sun, feel it as spirit, lightening your body, your mind, but most of all your faith. So just because it's stormy outside doesn't mean the Spirit has given up on us. And take another nice deep breath. Oh, yes. And so it is.
And so it is. So it is. So it is. Ooh. And we have a candle here to light for each and every one of you. And it is an acknowledgement that through the storms, we can find that inner light that connects with all of the lights of the universe. And as we light this blue candle with the swirly ocean waves in the heart, we remember that we are here and we are shining our light.
Janet, I can't see you. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I can see me.
You're just down the street and I can't see you. Oh my gosh. Corky, do you have any idea where she went?
Yeah, we have,
Can anyone else see me?
we have a gallery here.
Oh, there she is. You're in the gallery. Oh,
I
yeah.
can see you.
There's a beautiful blue candle that you lit for us. Thank you so very much. That's wonderful. And I noticed Valerie is on. And Valerie, I saw your mural that you did. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing that. And please, each one of you, if you've done something, if you've just finished writing a book, or you've finished a painting, or you've done something that you should be extremely proud of, share it with us. There's nothing better than feeling the love and the congratulations and that was a good job. So, and don't forget, just as good as it feels that good to give also. So we want you to realize that the giving quite often feels just as good as the receiving. So as you go through life, remember, every time I give a attaboy to somebody, it makes me feel good also. And it's a great way to keep encouraging yourself to do an outreach. Now that it's rainy and it's cold, call people, text them. Just say, hey, I was thinking of you. Sometimes it doesn't have to be any more than that. And for us, it's so exciting when we get a chance to hear from people. And like Teresa, how's the rain up there? Teresa, are you online?
She's muted.
Oh, you're muted. Okay.
It's raining pretty hard over here.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I guess it's going to be
really blowing, too.
Oh, wow. It's going to be the whole state, isn't it? Everybody's going to be feeling it. Teresa, I'm glad to see you. It's so nice to have people show up. And so thank you so very much. We've got quite a few of our ministers online. I like that, too. Speaking of which, why don't we plan something later on when the weather's better? Get all the ministers together to just have a big hootenanny or something.
Yay! Party! Party! We deserve it.
I think that would work very, very well.
And
So
actually, we've heard from Chris Brown that April has lost power at her house.
Right.
Yes.
So she's going to be spending time with Chris.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Good. That's great to have a place to go when you can be warm and have somebody looking after you. That's really important during this time. Oh, and I see Sky's here. Hello, Sky. Good morning. It's a nice when I can see your meme and know. Ta-da! There you are. I love that. Sky, right now, Sky is the person I've known just about as long as I've known Joyce Brown, and longer than I've known Corky, and I've known Corky for 40 years. So, we've got some people that are hanging in there, and I really appreciate that. That is great.
Dottie,
Yes,
just a quick message. April's house has lost power. She'll be coming over to Chris Brown's house today.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Oxygen, so that we know she's safe.
That's great. She's also near a creek. We don't realize how many creeks we have until they start flowing, and then we're going, oh my gosh, look at that. And Patty and Joyce, how are things in SoCal?
Good morning. Good morning. It's not raining at the moment. We've got a little bit of a break, but there's high winds, and we're snug in our house. And nice to see you all.
Nice to see you. I see your name.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't quite camera ready this morning, so I.
Well, that's why you caught me in a moo-moo. I'm going to be a Hawaiian. Well, luckily, for people who don't know, usually my idea of being Hawaiian is not having anything on. So I at least put some clothes on this morning. Yay! Okay. And if for those of you, if this is your first time, is this the way church starts? Pretty much so.
Yeah, even in person.
Excitement and energy and all that. But usually I'm giving beads to people whose birthdays they celebrate. And so Eileen is going to have to get her beads next week or the week, even the week after. Because next week is going to be Mary Gary and possibly Tom Gary, and they are the Center for Infinite Growth. And the Center for Infinite Growth is a charter of our parent church, UCM, Universal Church of Masters. And so we are giving them a place to do an outreach, and also some time for us to take a break. So for those of you who haven't ever attended a CIG service, it'd be a great time because Mary's a good speaker and Tom's an excellent speaker. I mean, they both are been into spirituality for so many years and are so good at it. And Jan, are you going to be there next Sunday?
I'll be there, but I believe it's our Reverend Chris Brown that will be doing the talk. Is that right,
Yeah,
Chris?
right. Chris will be doing the talk, but it's still the CIG is presenting it. So, yeah, we're very integrated. So it's not one is better than the other or anything else. It's just that there are more than just one charter for UCM, and it's kind of nice to know that there's different groups, different charters. Okay. And
Daddy, it's also the start of the Lunar New Year. Can I bring Lunar New Year's treats?
Lunar New Year what? Treats?
Yes.
Sure. I'm always big on treats, so that sounds pretty good. I don't know what a Lunar New Year treat would be.
Moon pies or something.
Moon pies? I don't know. It sounds exciting.
Moon pies. They're yummy.
But we're also just 2 days away from Imbolc, but we had Imbolc 2 days ago. And so for those of you who work with the goddess energy, this is a time of new beginnings. This is a time of newness, and it's also a time of accepting the change that's going on. So Imbolc is also called Candlemas. And so look on your computer and say, what celebrations are going on at this time of year? And you're going to be amazed at how many different faiths are celebrating, because we are going into a new time. We're going into a time of where we're letting go of the old, we're letting go of the negative, and we're looking at the new. So see how it applies to you. You're going to be amazed at so many different faiths are celebrating this time of the year. Okay? Good. Hey, well, as I mentioned, we were going to talk about resolutions. And I'm sure Corky is going to use that talk later on. But last night, she was a sick puppy. Yeah, this sick puppy right here. She's feeling a little bit better. But I just decided, wait a minute, if she's not feeling well and it's raining, there's no reason that she has to worry about giving a service. And so I got a chance to do that. I got a chance to put together a service. So I'm glad that you're here for us. We really do appreciate it, because I wanted to know what this atmospheric river was. They're talking about we're having a storm, we're having an atmospheric river, and what causes that. And what they said, that this is an atmospheric river can be 1,000 miles long, and it's twice the flow of the Amazon River. That's a lot of water, and that all of that moisture that's coming happens all around the earth. So we're not just the only ones experiencing this, but we're really being hit by this atmospheric river here in California. And what they're saying is we're having more, it feels like more atmospheric rivers, because we're warming up as a planet. And a lot of that warmth is coming from California as far as the United States is concerned. So as California warms up, it puts more moisture in the air, which causes the atmospheric rivers that start. So it's one of those things that you look at it and go, whoa. When we called it Pineapple Express in Hawaii and here in California, you've probably heard that term. And that's what's happening. It's when all that moisture starts coming down. And so, and it moves fast. That's why they call it a river. It's not like a regular storm that just dumps water. It moves, and all that movement causes more moisture to move into different directions. So we're going to be having snow. It's already started to snow a bit. I've been talking to Donna Zahner, and the moisture, it's a lot of rain, but some of that is that really wet, icky snow. Not that dry, soft, fluffy things that we're used to, but it's snowing up there where she lives in Nevada. And so you know that everybody's receiving the benefit of this, as it were, okay? And so about 80% of it, the water that we get is from atmospheric rivers, and that's meaning California. So for those of you in a different state, when I say us, I'm not keeping you out of what I'm talking about. It's just that's what's happened. California is very important in all of this, good or bad, because we sure need the water here. I was raised in the desert, and so I've never experienced as much rain as am today. I mean, today it's like, oh, isn't that interesting? Look at all that water. Where did all that water come from? I had to look it up and find out what was going on. Well, I don't know about you, but when I think about rain and I think about water and I think about all the things that are going on, it reminds me of Noah. As you were growing up, were you in a faith that used the Bible as its handbook? Well, no. I'm sure you heard about Noah, and even if it wasn't the Bible, so many other cultures, so many other religions have a flood story. Since the very beginning of time, they saw pictures on cave walls about the water rising. And almost every culture and religion and peoples have a story. Is it a fable? No. We have enough people reporting. As far back as 20,000 years ago, they showed that there was floods in certain areas. And those floods have been continuing. So when you look at that and you think, this isn't new, but how do I deal with it? Because when you think of that with all these other culture groups, all these other even oral sources, when we hear about the flood, that so many people have wondering, why is this happening? Since the people have inhabited the earth. Well, it happened before we were here. They can see that with the different groups of beings that were here and died out, quite often it was because of the flood. So flood is not new. So what I want you to do today is when you look out and maybe it's raining more than you want to have it rain, maybe you're feeling like you're being closed in, you can't go anywhere, realize the rain is really nurturing, and sometimes it's also cleansing. There's times when it rains enough that it cleans a lot of the area of the world. And when you think of that as the earth getting a bath, it kind of makes it a different experience instead of, oh no, my lawn furniture is getting wet, or oh no, I can't go to the drive-in movie, or whatever the oh no is. I think drive-in movies kind of shows how old I am, but whatever, things that keep you from going out. But remember, it's been happening since we started inhabiting the earth. Do you realize that we are going to dry out at some point? We're not going to just stay wet. Things will slowly dry out. And just go back to, imagine how Noah felt. But he persevered. He thought, well, Creator knows what they're doing. And because he took his wife, he took his kids, his grandkids, all of the animals. They talk about 2 by 2. I've never quite understood that because I've never visualized a dinosaur on an ark. But anyway, however it was, there was all these animals. All of that was going on. Why? Because Noah felt that there was a power greater than he, showing him that he could persevere. And so many times we as human beings, we don't trust Creator's plan. We feel that if I can't do it, it can't be done. Instead of saying there is a rhyme or reason of why I'm on the planet at this time. Now, this is a church that we believe in spirit. We believe that some people can speak to spirit, and I happen to be one of those communicators. I have a spirit guide named Mahalalel, who talks to me. And when I get into, oh, poor me, and this is awful, Ma says, no, you're going through the things you need to do to learn the messages that are being given to you. Well, doesn't that put it in a different perspective when you are being guided through not only positive things, but also any kind of adversaries that come into your life are coming in to make you realize how strong you are, or how good you are, or how much there you have in your heart. There meaning the ability to help other people. That's why they show up for you. And when you think about that, you say, oh my gosh, look at all of these people that are being in my life that show up needing something. And why? Because in your giving, you become a better person. You become a greater person. And if nobody was asking, you never would get that a belief in yourself that you can help your fellow mankind, the people in your life. So think about that, especially during this time of all this chaos with the religious things that are going on, the political things that are going on. There's so much adversarial things happening. And you know what I get is that's to test your mettle. That's to test how strong are you in your belief that those people are children of God and you don't have to be there to make them wrong. Many of you have heard me talking about stop arguing. Stop being that person who makes other people wrong. Instead, what we would like for you to do is figure out how you can help everybody, maybe just a little bit, instead of making them wrong. So if somebody's saying something you don't believe in, you don't have to tell them they're wrong. Listen and say thank you for sharing. Very easy, just a thank you for sharing. So here we have Noah and his entire creation. And when they say that, it's all of the beings that he knows, that he loves, are in this ark. But what's happening to the other people? He has saved as many as he can. And what a helpless feeling. And I'm sure that there's times in your life where you've had that feeling, where somebody you truly loved can't be saved. But they can't be saved physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and yet your love for them is so deep and so great. And what do? Ask them what they need. My friend Joan Stutz, Reverend Joan Stutz, was trying to be here in person, and hopefully she will be on Zoom or watch this later on, because she and I lost a dear friend. Nancy Blanchard passed away this week, and somebody I had known for a very long time, and it was a very dear friend of Joan's. And the loss is great, but her staying here was harder. She was going through a very, very difficult time. And so that loss was like a light went out. But we know that light she carries with her. And that light that we're missing, she has. And she's taking that into spirit. Wherever you view as that place, paradise, heaven, wherever, well, we know that that's where Nancy is going to be. And the same thing with many people who I've lost in a very short time. Last week I lost Marguerite Harold, and then a week before I lost Marianne Gallagher. And when I said I lost, these are beings that were very important women in my life who have gone on. And I'm not sitting here and weeping and wailing, because all three of these women were quite sick. And we're making peace and ready to go. So when you think about, just like the rain comes and cleanses the earth, sometimes it's us being able to let go to disease, disaster, whatever came about, and made our spirit have to leave because it was too difficult to stay here on this planet. And some people, when it's so difficult, they decide that the only way out is to suicide. And I have people that wants to damn them and make them wrong. And you don't know until that happens, until you get to a place where you feel trapped and there's no place to go. What do? Do you take that opportunity to shut down? Some people take that opportunity to use drugs or to get drunk or to go to sleep, but they can't bear living. That is their storm. Think of that. When you have so many problems in your life that you're completely overwhelmed, you're completely deluged with all these negative things. It's like that storm that you feel, only right now we're feeling it physically as water. But sometimes it's grief, sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's frustration. And each person has their own individual arc. How many people you have on that arc with you is the amount of people that you reach out and touch. It could be children, it could be grandchildren, it could be friends, family that you haven't even met yet. But there's that little arc of yours. Think of that surrounding that you put around yourself is so important. And sometimes some of those people decide they don't want to be on your arc. I bet you've had that happen, where, oh, well, I wonder where they went. They kind of stepped off to do something else. So know that the whole thing about Noah and his creation was gathering together people that he wanted to help save. And sometimes you're going to feel that in your life, that you're there to help save somebody. It could be taking someone to the doctor when they're sick. It could be holding their hand when they're going through a difficult time. Or it could just be that voice on the end of the phone that tells them how wonderful they are. I have a story, and people who've come to church have heard this before, but I had a friend of mine who called one day and said, Doti, this is it. I'm sitting here and I've got a gun in front of me and I'm going to shoot myself. I've had it. I can't stand my husband. I don't think my children love me. Life is awful and I'm just going to shoot myself. And I said, okay. And there was a silence. I said, okay, that's your choice, but I just want to ask you one thing. When your son's getting married, do you want me to be a part of your representation? Or how about his new stepmother? Do you want her to represent the female side of his life? And she said, what stepmother? I said, well, your husband's a good-looking man, and he's not going to stay single for very long after you leave. Well, he can't do that to me. And I just had to crack up, And she's still sitting there with a gun in her lap. And she says, well, I don't know. And I said, well, hey, I'll be there for your kids, and they can rely on me after you're gone. But I can't tell your husband who to marry or what to do or anything like that. And he's always wanted to buy a new car. And when you're gone, that's probably what he'll do. What? He can't get a new car. I told him not to do it. Well, you get the point. I talked to that woman for 7 hours. And finally she said, Dottie, can I just go to sleep now? I said, unload the gun. And I heard the bullets drop on the floor. And I said, good night. And she's still alive. And that happened 25 years ago. And that's the point. I grabbed her and stuffed her back on my ark. Okay? I brought her back. Was I doing this for glorification for myself? No, but it did make a good story. I just want to tell you that you're not alone. Just like Noah wasn't alone. Find out, what is your ark? What is your belief? Do you believe in Creator? Do you believe the sun will come out tomorrow? What are your beliefs? Because think about that. What did Noah really have going for him? He knew that the rain was going to stop. And the symbolization of the rain stopping, and there may be being other floods, but they will always stop, was a rainbow. Think of that, how it felt as the rain is slowly stopping and the sky breaks out in a rainbow. We have people there that have been complaining that they are being taken over, that their rainbow is being taken over. No. The gay and lesbian I have to stop because I'm thinking, how many of these do I know? Gay and lesbian and bi and trans and even in undetermined gender. They all have their ark. They all have that little part of where they belong. And when you can get included in their ark, it feels so good to talk to people and hear their stories. Just like it was rumored when I was going to school and learning the Bible, it was rumored that those animals could all talk, that they all had that gift of communication. And think of that. You as a human animal can talk. And it might be with just your eyes. It might be listening with your ears and hearing something in somebody's voice. But that communication is so great when somebody is feeling like they're in the storm. Be there. Be that help. Be that recovery that you can help them with. And you'll be amazed at how great it is when you can do that. Okay, so when I was looking up about what is we can do to think about some of the 10 basic principles, and let me give them to you. And if you want, you call me or text me and say, Dottie, I'd like those 10 principles, okay? Noah did it, and you can too. We're all in the same boat. Sink or swim. Remember that we're all together on this crazy journey. Be good to one another. Help each other. Say maybe sometime you'll need a ride. Number 2, plan ahead. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. Like Oprah says, success lies on the corner of opportunity and preparation. In other words, be sure you stock up on all the supplies you need if the rain starts like it is right now. Stay fit. Noah was 600 years old when he built the ark. One day someone may ask you to do something really big, and you need to be ready to help them. Don't listen to critics. Noah believed in what he was doing, even when it seemed crazy to everyone else. So stick to your guns and get the job done, regardless of what others say. Don't let other people mess with your ark, okay? Faster isn't always better. Because remember, the snails were right there getting in alongside the cheetahs. Snails have never been known to move fast, even if there was a cheetah. Okay.
That's an image for you.
Yeah. It's a good idea to travel in pairs. We all need a buddy we can count on. Find a buddy. It might be your next door neighbor. It might be your minister. A buddy could be the doctor that you know you can call anytime you need help. But find somebody in your life that you know you can trust and you can lean on. Go with the flow. You can't control everything. Trust that if you go with the flow, you'll end up on high ground. Just like today, we went with the flow. I heard that the streets were going to be full, that creeks were overflowing, that trees were falling down, and I said, we're going to have a CCL church on Zoom. I don't want my people out there running around. Don't you love that? My people. See, you're part of my ark, whether you do it or not. So be careful. And the ark was built by amateurs, and the Titanic was built by professionals. They said that the Titanic was unsinkable, but it didn't have all the people on it. They're talking to each other, getting to know each other, and enjoying their company. So think about that. Are you communicating with people just outside the ark, and bring them into your own place? And no matter how bad the storm is, there's always going to be blue skies ahead. So stay positive when things are raining. Stay positive in the midst of the storm. We might be in an atmospheric river. It's hard to say fast. And yet, you don't have to swim in it. You can just float. So kind of feel like that. And don't miss the boat. Pay attention. Give of yourself. And if someone gives you an opportunity to prove your mettle, jump on it. Just say, okay, I can show you how good I am. Because when times are tough, remember, you're not the first person in history to overcome the odds and end up victorious. The odds are what you make of them. And if you feel you're at odds with someone, wake up and say howdy and do something. Because you'll know that each person you talk to that's having a bad day, you'll be a little bit of sunshine. Just like right now, there's a little bit of sunshine outside. I can see it outside my window. It's starting to show. It might go away immediately because we're still in that river, but it's going to come back. Life is not about doom. It's not about gloom. It's not about death and dying and negative things. It's about sunshine, joy, happiness, and rebirth. This is not the last time you're going to be on this planet. You're going to be coming back. I promise. Thank you so very much for listening, because we have a meditation coming up, and Janet didn't realize she was going to do a meditation, but I thought we could key her into what I'm talking about, because she had no idea, and usually she likes to know so she can do a meditation. Okay. So now that I've yelled at you and carried on and all of that, could you take this opportunity to just take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, and listen to the wonderful Reverend Dr. Janet Childs.
And I never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Janet, we can't hear you.
Moment of time.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Ask to unmute. Okay, talk again. Oh, unmute. Unmute.
We're trying.
Okay. So when you were asking me to unmute, I unmuted, and then it muted again.
I'm trying
to unmute.
Cookie's trying here.
All right.
Anybody have any ideas what we need to do to listen to Janet?
Can you hear me?
Can
you hear me?
Can't hear you.
Oh, we can hear her.
Yeah,
I'm looking for,
I have that I'm unmuted.
the guitar's not going to come through all that well. You could
and Janet is
Right.
Increase your-
Okay, you are unmuted.
No, she just.
I am unmuted.
Okay, right, but it says.
Okay.
Okay, and, that pin to her. Do you and unpin you. Jenny, we can't hear you, babe.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
What's wrong?
What happens if you invite?
I can try to mute it.
Caller.
There,
We
how
can
about
hear
that?
her.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear her. She's just quiet.
I don't know what's happening. We can't hear you. Oh,
Well, you heard me before.
I can hear.
Oh, our thing's off.
Okay.
All right.
Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me now?
Now we can. I guess
Can you hear
everybody
me?
else can hear you but us. Okay.
All right. Can we?
Keep it with
All
that.
righty.
Okay. Good.
So we feel the good energy even as we're maybe can't hear each other, but we can see each other, right?
Yes.
All right. So we just invite you, in this moment to build your ark. Moment by moment, day by day, what do you want your ark materials to be? Who would you like on your ark? Who gives you support and nurturing? Put that in your ark. This can include four-leggeds as well. Anybody that belongs in your ark. And know the foundation of the ark is your view, is your making. You can make it out of light, out of water, out of sound, out of tree roots. What do you want your ark to be? Just allow it to unfold before you. Allow it to be this moment of what and who gives you support. In these stormy times, it's time to claim that which nurtures me, that which fills me up. That's what gives me joy. And in that moment, we can indeed build our arks together with all of the materials that we have. So this is a time to express your gifts, whatever that is, my friends. What are those gifts that you have that you can share with others and that you can build upon for yourself? Maybe there have been some forgotten gifts that you've had that you can claim from childhood. Maybe the gift of play, maybe the gift of just looking up at the stars in a quiet moment. Maybe it's just laying down on the grass and looking up at the clouds. Sometimes these simple gifts we forget in our highly technical age. We forget how much nurturing they can give to us. And even the gift of our challenges, as Doti has shared with us, can be a gift that determines how we are stronger, how we build our strength, and also our gentleness. Each and every one of you has that strong gift of spirit, and it brings it to you in times of challenges, and we can also claim it in times of ease and gentleness. Let us claim those gifts now, because it makes us possible. makes our healing gifts, whatever they are, to be shared into the world. And each and every one of you, as you reach inside to that depth of your soul, you know in a heartbeat what it is you need, what it is you need to continue to bring forth and what we need to develop. What are maybe some gifts we've put in the closet for a minute as we've been busy doing our life? Let's pull them out. Let's take a look at the resources that are on our ark. What are those resources? Not only to build our ark, but to supply our ark with nurturing, healing, light, and also the ability to go into the deep and to find the wisdom there, to find that wisdom. And just breathe that in, my friends. Breathe that in. You know, in a powerful way, what your soul has to offer. Breathe that in for yourself, and if you have enough, share it with the world. And don't be afraid to ask for help, to ask for support for those around you. And this can be two-leggeds, four-leggeds, could be Mother Nature, it could be music, it could be art. Where do you find your resource? It could be a movement or a practice that fills you with joy and with healing. Just allow yourself to claim those gifts that are there for you in this moment, in this life, in this joy, and in these times of challenges, because these gifts are all here for us, and they help us to sustain ourselves and also each other. And as you gather them all into your ark, just allow yourself a moment to be in your ark. Feel the safety of it. Feel the joy and the healing and the love that is in it. And right now, our large ark is our planet Earth. Let that planet give and receive. Allow yourself to drink it in, my friends. Allow yourself to bask in it, to feel it surround you like a blanket, like the rays of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Create your own ark, your own cloak, your own blanket, and allow yourself to just be in this moment, right now. Oh, I know we are here, and I feel the night and I'm holding the dream in my hand, and I'm opening my inner sight. Bring home the moment. Oh, bring home the dream. Oh, bring home this beam of hope. Let it fill everything. We are dancing in the spirit, dancing in this moment now. We are dancing in the spirit, dancing in this moment now. Let it breathe, let it be all that we can hold. Let it know we are this moment right now. So stop, take a breath. No, you are not alone, and kiss this moment. This is our dream. We are a circle of love, a circle of hope, a circle of all that we can be. We are here, and we are set free.
Yes, that is beautiful. Thank you so very much. That is great. And I want to remind you, if you want to make a donation, you can do it through PayPal. You can send it to me, however you want. Really, but that's what keeps us going. And speaking of donations, you all should have received, if you donated more than $50 to CCL, you are receiving, did we mail them out, or are we sending the email? You're going to be getting a statement that you can put attached to your taxes. Okay, and am I muted, or can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. So that's one of those things that I enjoy, is having people know that they can declare this as a charitable donation, because we're a 501c3, and we'd like to have you get a result with that. I don't know. They keep raising how much you can deduct on donations, so you might not have made that figure. I don't know what it is right now. And but thank you so much for participating, and thank you so much for being here. And now, how do we turn on the chat so we can see who's here?
Well, let's see. That's Annie's been handling that, so Annie's going to speak.
Okay, Annie.
It's my turn.
Hey, let me tell you.
It says add pin, replace pin.
Okay, replace pin.
Okay.
Oh, nope, we got.
Chris.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, well, we can hear you, but I got the wrong person.
We can hear you, but we're here, Annie, and we're looking at Chris.
I'm getting to you, girl.
I'm looking at Chris, but you're talking to me.
You're right. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, gotcha.
We got you both.
Okay.
All right. So before the talk, or while we were talking, after Chris let us know about April, she let us know that all will be well. So we know that's good. And Janet said to everybody, sending soothing, healing energy to all. Cuddle up. And then Chris sent us information saying that on the internet you can find support for dinosaurs being on the ark.
Oh,
also in the Garden of Eden. you know, if there's anything you want to find on the internet, talk to Chris Brown because she'll find it for you. She's amazing at that. Patty and Joyce C said, beautiful message, Dottie, thank you. And then we talked a little bit about how quiet Janet was. But Eileen said that there was a beautiful, huge rainbow over the Billy DeFrank Center this morning when she got there before the storm started. So that was really lovely. And let's see. Lauren said this was just the reset I needed after a tough first few days of work. And Eileen said, sending lots of healing chi for better week ahead. And Sky
it was that East Coast, Eileen, or West Coast?
West Coast.
Okay.
Qigong lady. Yeah. So Sky to everybody, our birthday lady. Sky to everyone. It was awesome to see all the beautiful faces and tune into the wonderful message from Dottie and listen to Janet. Soothing, powerful meditation. And then Corky's message about donating to CCL through PayPal. That was beautiful, Janet. Thank you, from Patty and Joyce C. That was so beautiful, Janet. Thank you. And I said beautiful. And Jeannie said beautiful, Janet. And I said beautiful. And Sky says, I love you, Mama Boom.
Thank you, Sky. and thank you all. This has been wonderful. And whose place is dry? Anybody have dry streets or dry? It's raining here again. Are you dry?
It's sunny here, yeah.
It's sunny in Oregon.
Irony of the weather, right?
Good to hear that. The other thing that I always want to talk about with each one of you, whoa, I can see the rain out there. Each one of you is, don't think of yourself as each individual raindrop having to carry all the weight of the world. Think of yourself like a storm. If it weren't but for the clouds, we wouldn't have the rain. If just one raindrop came, you know, I wrote a book called Michael the Raindrop about a raindrop that talked all the others into raining because they didn't want to rain on San Jose because people hid from them and all of that. Think of yourself as gathering people of like mind together. So you can be a metaphysical spiritual storm, being able to rain the love and light and energy of acceptance of all. We're going into a rough time. There's everything about the politicians these days is about negativity. So when you hear something that's negative, you just say, I release you. I release you. You don't have to hold it on. And you don't have to argue about it with somebody else. Because you're not going to change their mind. I'm sorry. People get tired of me saying that, but I've tried for all my years to change people's minds. And you know what? They don't change. And if they do change, I feel like, oh, yay, you know, look at there. Because I feel quite often, like many of you do, that your way is the right way. But really the right way is everybody having their own belief and their own energy and their own knowledge of who they are and what they're doing and where they're going. And this has been great. I better not get too comfortable with this, you know.
Hi, Jeannie, you're looking good.
Yeah, hi, Jeannie. We haven't seen you for a while. Have you been a little bit sick?
I have.
Yeah.
Looking good, girl.
You're looking good. And so I love seeing your smiling face. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Lauren, I see that your backside. I think she's on
She's
here.
walking away.
She's walking away, yeah.
So nice to see you.
Yeah, Teresa, I love that picture of you. It looks like you can take on the world. That is great. Thank you all.
Diane Miles sent us a last minute message. Said thank you each and every one. Sending you all love and light.
Well, Diane, thank you so much, and thank you for being so close and so far away at the same time. I love that. And if you want to talk to me personally, I think you have something you want to ask, that's fine. Give me a call. You have my phone number.
That phone number is on the
yeah, so you can do that, and we'd love to hear from you. Okay, I don't know about the rest of
Christine,
you.
St. Clair, hello, Chris.
Yeah, hi, Chris. But after lunch, I'm going to take a nap. I don't know. There's something about
Hard morning.
yeah. That was a very difficult morning with trying to get a hold of everybody and missing some and all that.
Changing your whole talk.
Change my whole talk. Yeah.
Talk your talk.
So, but how do any of the rest of you do that when it gets rainy? Feel tired? Like, it's so sweet. The planet's getting watered. I'm going to take a nap. And if you do, I really believe in it. I think napping in the middle of the day when you can is healthy. So thank you so much for joining us. And we will be seeing you at the Center for Infinite Growth. Is going to be next Sunday. We'll be seeing you there back at the center. For those of you who haven't been there, we're at the Billy DeFrank Center in San Jose on the Alameda. And then the week after that, we're going to be having a gathering, and afterwards we're going to stay and have food and gossip or whatever it is you want to talk about. So we got that. Now,
trying to bring back some
next week, I say Dr. Eileen, it says LAC after your name, licensed acupressure. Is that what LAC is, Eileen? Yeah. Right. And she is going to be talking about Qigong before we start, before Reverend Mary starts church services at 11, so at 10:30, or get there a bit early. Yeah, get there a little bit earlier, so we can set you up. And she's going to give you some Qigong exercises for helping you breathe and improve your life and be healthy. I think we're all for that, right? And you're going to be doing it in with this beautiful face right here. Thank you, Eileen. We're excited that you're going to be donating your time, and thank you all very much for showing up.
Going to be on Zoom.
Her part's not going to be on Zoom because we have to set the Zoom up for church, but hey, you have to come see her.
I will provide a Zoom link if people want to.
You do? You will? Well, great.
I'm set up for that. So
wonderful. Oh, wonderful. That's perfect.
Zoom link, and then I intend to upload to a YouTube video so that you can follow during the week and practice that way.
Look at you're in on the planning, folks. See, that's how it happens. Thank you, Eileen. We appreciate that. Thank you all so very much, and we'll check you next week. All right. Bye now.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.